Guys, the cooler nights and cooler days are here, and what does that mean? Fall fishing is here. Guys, I'm going to share with you a Google Earth hack that you don't need to forget about so that you can use when you go out during these cooler days, these cooler nights of these fall months to help you go out and catch more fish and save time while on the water. Now let's get into it. Okay guys, in the fall you can catch bass a lot of ways, but today we're going to try to focus more on the shallow water angler. And I know I love to catch fish shallow, and a lot of you guys do as well. So when we're going to be using is Google Earth and mapping, but mainly Google Earth to try to look for targets, look for cover that fish can use. For example, we're going to be looking for stumps. We're going to be looking for laydowns. It could be shallow brush piles. And we're going to try to mark these up and then put them on our unit that you see right here, okay? Now this is nothing new. It's been done before, but I think a lot of anglers forget about this hack, forget about this cool little feature you can do. And so I'm going to remind you guys and share it. So let's get into the Google Earth. Let's go to the computer, and appreciate you guys watching. Hey, when I do this now, I've kind of already worked on this lake a little bit. I'm going to do a variety of lakes. I'm going to do 2 in Texas. And they're both lowland reservoirs, but they have something different. Actually, there's a lot of stuff different, okay? Now, I'm not going to go through this, guys, and do a full-out breakdown. I've already kind of worked on this one a little bit. I don't need to go and make... I can work on these lakes for like 30 minutes to an hour. But I'm just going to show you guys how to kind of get prepared for the fall. And this is something... This is not like new. Johnny's made a video on this on Fish the Moment a couple years ago. I think people kind of don't... I mean, they don't know about this. And so I'm just helping you guys kind of get organized, kind of get prepared when you go out fishing for the fall. Now, I'm going to go more for a shallow water aspect on this video, okay? Not just offshore, shallow water. Now, once again, guys, I'm not just fully breaking these lakes down, but remember in the fall, sometimes junk fishing is what you're doing. You might get on a certain pattern or an area, which that's when it's like easy. I say easy, the fishing can be. But most of the time in the fall, you're junk fishing. So I'm going to try to help you kind of get organized and what to look for in this. So I'm going to do this lake from Texas. I got this one. I'm going to do Conroe. How they're different is this one has a low water image, if I can find you. Right off the bat, this one has a low water image. And Conroe doesn't, because I believe Conroe kind of they wanted to stay level since it's a lake with a bunch of docks and people on it. But hey, this lake here, these are Texas lakes, lowland reservoirs, and it kind of, you know, if you have another lowland, shallow type of lake, this can relate. And then next, I'm going to go to Arkansas, and then I don't know my next lake I'm going to do. But guys, just real quick before I get rolling, I have a new YouTube channel called The Fishing Coach. Check it out at the end of the video, okay? So hey guys, so you see this, what I'm looking for, what I'm going to try to do. And I've only marked up a couple things, and I know I do not know this lake, never been on it. I know there's some good fish in this lake. But in the fall, okay, we're trying to eliminate water, trying to find patterns, but what I'm really looking for is targets, structures to fish. All right, so this lake right here, as you see, is flat, shallow. It says emergent vegetation. I don't know if it has grass or not. But I'm looking for wood, okay, such as laydowns and stumps, and I'm looking for rock. Okay, but we're looking for targets we can throw at. I've not even checked this lake's water level, okay? So I'm guessing it's going to be a little lower than normal pool, so there might be some stuff out of the water, but we're looking for stumps. So with this low water image, and like Conroe doesn't have one, but this one does. So like here, we have a hump, and this shows up on the map, but see, like when this low water image, there is sand everywhere. But then like, guys, there's rock, okay? Like there's some rock there. If we go to the normal image, you don't even see it. Okay, so that's something I would mark. I don't have it marked here. I guess I could mark it real quick. Let me go back that image. Where's that image? All right, I was pretty close. So like here, I would name rock on high spot. Now you can name these whatever you want. Now guys, what I'm doing this is when you're studying maps before you go fish, sometimes you forget things when you go out there. Now guys, real quick, I should have said earlier, we're going to show how, of course, to put these on a unit. But guys, I was doing this before I had a graph. Back in 2006, 7, 8, when Google Earth came about, I was marking stuff up and printing them out, okay? I would print out and put them in binders, okay? So I would do this to try to help me remember what I saw and when I wanted to fish. Now, sometimes you get out there and stuff changes, okay? So, like, that's rock on a high spot right there. It looks like it could be shallow. Once again, I want this to be more of a shallow deal. But, like, as I'm going through here, guys, I'm looking for stumps, laydowns. That's like a shallow little flat sandy ditch. Like, there's this little rock kind of stretch bank. This is different than all of this, okay? And, look, there's a little bit rock right there. okay? So I'm just going to mark that just to remind me. Now, like this right here, if there was like a stump flat on it, I'm marking it because I want to throw at stumps. And stumps can be in 5 foot of water, but you can throw a square bill, buzzbait, pitch a jig, Carolina rig, and kind of like with this rock right here. So I see that rock. Now, I believe I'll see that at the normal level. Okay, but I mean, I see the edge of it, but now I know it comes out, okay? So that's just a little irregularity, all right? And that's one of the things. But you want to try to find different. So when you're fishing, either you're going to go on that pattern, that it's laydowns, or it's going to be rock, stumps. It could be brush piles that, you know, are out of the water, like brush piles that are now out. But with that, if you're junk fishing, you might catch them out of each one, and each part of the lake's different. Now, this here is just to show something with the fall as well. Let me go to that picture. This is one thing I love about like these lakes like this. So you see this nice defined creek ditch, hump with a little bit of rock there. I just marked that. When you look at this lake, guys, nothing. It just shows flatness, nothing going on. When you look here, you actually see a creek ditch. Now, I just put a mark here. I would probably put multiple marks. I'd go X, 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 creek ditch, you know. I marked that little lay down here. Now, is that lay down there? This was in 2011? I don't know. Now, why this thing's important, I would mark all of this. Like, I would mark, like, that right there. I'll just call that a flat or high spot, okay? And those white things, guys, I think those are birds. I don't know. I was kind of asking myself that earlier. But these high spots, what these are, bait fish are migrating. You hear them, creek. Bait fish are migrating to the creeks. They're going to use this as a highway. This is your interstate. Now, they can go out and meander around here, of course, but they're going to go around here. Bass are going to do, and then bass will use this high spot to feed on. So they'll push them up here. So you, if the lake, you know, if you're not seeing this visibly, this creek ditch could be 8-10 foot, and then this could be 4 foot. Okay, I do not know what the depth is. I'm just sharing on an experience from another lake in Arkansas where I've lived this, okay? And I say lived this before forward-facing sonar. I'm talking like 18, 19, 20 years old. I mean, that was 10 years ago. So that's just something. So, guys, looking at these lakes, look for different stuff. So, like up here, I marked a lay down up here. Okay, I marked one up there that I saw. Bushes on a point. When you go to look at the... I'm just showing you guys what different stuff to mark. That's rock. Okay, there's rock here. So just hopefully this guys helps you out on kind of searching for targets and saving time. Now let's go to Conroe real fast, okay? Go to Conroe. I'm 7 minutes and it's about to be a 20-minute video. Hopefully you guys hang around. So Conroe. Now what makes Conroe different is as you guys see, docks. Docks for days. Docks for days. So, where do you start? Where do you go when you're fishing shallow? Okay, it could be in the back of a creek, or let's just say, I'm going to pick one of these. I liked one of these when I was looking at the map. Let me get my Navionics switched over real quick to Conroe. Okay, now I've never been to Conroe either, by the way, guys. I've never been to Conroe. So, right here, this is just something, okay? Smaller creek. Smaller creek means easier to pinpoint if there are fish moving. Now, this is close to the main lake. It shows a little roadbed thing here, which I like roadbeds. But that shows a true creek coming back. Now, I'm not saying this one here can be it too. So, what I would do is maybe if I'm marking something, all right, because once again, you see all these docks, and they all, you know. But I would maybe mark the docks in the back, okay? Because those fish can be using the back docks, the furthest back dock, to stay as bait fish comes, all right? So I maybe would mark the furthest back dock. Now, I'd still be looking like this one. I like this dock. I'd probably mark that one, okay? Now, excuse me, I would still be looking for laydowns, shallow brush, but this lake looks pretty clean. Like, if I go in this creek here, and, you know, you can mark points and stuff, guys. You can mark what you more, like mark this, I just went blank, this type of wall right here. You know, you have different type of walls. Golf course, sometimes golf courses for some reason have fish around it. I'd probably mark golf course. If you're like, are you kidding me, Jimmy? I mean, the Lake Fork golf course, there's fish around it. And Broken Bow, Oklahoma golf course has fish around it for some reason. So anyway, this creek right here, I like this true defined creek. There's a little high spot there. I would probably mark that high spot, okay? I just know for me, and look, like these docks. I'm marking these docks back here. Just for me in the fall, in the back of the creeks has always been something, but I'm just going to mark all these. Now, you can mark the stuff on the front, but like, you know, like you can get out there and just look at these. There's docks for days on this lake. But I would go and search and try to find just some irregularity and add it. Now, if I was fishing this lake, I don't know, I'd probably abandon all this. I like this creek for some reason. And when you guys might say that creek's terrible, I like this creek just from looking at it on the map. And you know, and marking, like, I mean, right here, looks like there's some grass right there. I'd mark that dock. Like, I'd go ahead and go docking back a creek. I'd mark it and see if there's a fish on it, okay? Or if there's a fish living there. Dock on back of creek. Okay, there we go. All right, and that's just what I would kind of look for there. It looks like back here there's grass, so I'd mark all that grass, just stuff I would mark. Now, guys, I'm about to go to hopefully enjoy that segment. Now, I'm going to show, I guess I need to show, it's 10 minutes in. I'm not going to show yet how to put this on the graph. I'll do it after my next lake. I will show how to put this from these files that we saw to our Lowrance unit. Okay, now what I did do already, where's it at? Here's all the stuff I've marked, but it's in GPS device. Okay, I need to move these. I had another one made. Let's see if I can move it. I already had a folder made. Conroe, Somerville. There we go. So there's my deal right there, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to go to the next lake, okay? Okay, guys, now we're at Lake DeGray, Central Arkansas, south of Hot Springs. And after this lake, I'm then going to show how to make them as files so you can then move the files to your unit, okay? And to watch the rest of the segment, I'm going to move you guys to my new YouTube channel. It's The Fishing Coach. The end screen's going to come up right now. Click on it, and then, man, I'm glad for you to be a part of the Fishing Coach family, Fishing Coach channel. Just go ahead, please subscribe, like the video, help me grow the channel, and I appreciate you being a part of it. Thank you for watching this segment, and I'm going to see you over there.